press record, so there's no turning back now.
Well,
unless I hit unrecord.
Yeah, I guess that's the cool thing about podcasts is that you can, just be like, you know what, that sucked.
Yeah.
And you can edit it, too.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, we could call this whole thing off, but I already bought the mic, so...
True, yeah.
So I guess we kind of have to make this podcast now.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the podcast. It's called Bloodbath and Beyond, unless I get sued and have to change it. Also haven't made the Spotify or Podbean yet, so hopefully it's not taken.
True, yeah.
I don't think it will be. I already got the email and the Twitter, so, I'll have to undo all that, but we're just going in just head first to the empty pool.
Also, that'd be hilarious if Bed Bath & Beyond was like, yeah, no, you can't call it Bloodbath and Beyond.
Nah.
I would love that kind of paperwork.
I don't think that would ever happen. It's different words.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't do it, but oh man.
I mean, and if the podcast doesn't work out, I could just open up a Halloween store with that name.
Ooh. See, that might suit you for.
So this is gonna be the first one. Hopefully everything works out and I can put this up. I don't know. Should I look at the mic? Should I look at you? Should I just look up? Should I close my eyes and scream?
I don't know. I can't look at my phone and talk this whole time.
Yeah. It's crazy. I can just have a normal conversation, but once the mic's on, everything changes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's oof. It's like I'm on camera or something, but it's the audio camera.
Yeah. I guess we should probably introduce ourselves too.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, because I guess maybe not everyone knows who we are.
Yeah, well, welcome to the podcast. If you found it somehow, who knows? I'm your host, Zach, a.k.a. Kazukal, and want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. I'm Rudy Giuliani. I guess. I do things.
Yep.
I'm on this podcast.
Yep. Rudy's the co-host. Might have some other, but it's probably gonna mainly be Rudy.
Heck yeah.
I don't even know how often I'm gonna put these out. Maybe every 2 weeks, so there's not that much pressure. Maybe more if we hang out and stuff, because we do that. Hang out, drink beers, because oh man, I'm never gonna record this if I'm alone and if I don't have a beer.
Yeah, I'm terrified to make my podcast because I'm just gonna talk into this mic I mean, I'm just going to have guests. That's what I've decided. Mm-hmm. I can only do it with guests.
This podcast is just going to be it's going to have the nice sounds of us talking, us drinking beers, and Rudy sucking on a jewel.
Giuliani. That's why I'm Rudy Giuliani.
I really wanted to start it off by, opening up a tall boy, just having that...
Ooh, yeah.
But I also don't have a tall boy because I got this Corona instead. And I also had to open it way before the podcast started.
Yeah.
I can't do this completely sober, man. It's too hard.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably get easier as we do it.
Yeah, but don't worry. We're not going to be drunk unless we're really drunk.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a drunk podcast will be fun. Or maybe we'll just babble a bunch and nothing will make sense ever. So.
It could be a bonus episode.
Yeah, it'll be the drunk episode.
Yeah.
Every other episode, one will be sober, one will be drunk. It'll be all on the off weeks.
I'm really excited about... We were talking about a Domino's pizza idea where we're just going to go through the Domino's pizza menu, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of the pizza. Which is just a bunch of meat. The name, haunts me even, months after, a month or two later, yeah.
I guess we should, describe what we're going this podcast about. It's really about nothing. We're just going to be talking about stuff. It's just a conversation, but we'll have gimmicks and topics and stuff. We'll think of topics. We'll have people, input stuff, ask us to talk about things. I guess I should mention the Twitter and email. So if you want to send in any topics or stories, we got bloodbathpodcast@yahoo.com if you want to send anything in. And the Twitter is, I think it's just @bloodbathpodcast. Let me confirm that. Yeah. No, it's @thebloodbathpod on Twitter.
Hell yeah.
And it's called Bloodbath and Beyond. One, because that's a cool name I came up with. I'm probably not the first person to come up with that, but I came up with it on my own. And that's kind of what this is about. It's going to be a bloodbath of our terrible ideas and thoughts and beyond. Because other stuff too, I guess.
Hell yeah. I love that we have a Yahoo too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Yahoo's my main email. I probably, between all my different things, have like 15 emails, and like half of them are Yahoo, half of them are Gmail. And it's a lot to keep track of, but...
Man, I remember when I first made a fucking email, it was like an @msn.com, because for some reason my browser on my computer in like 2000 and like whatever, like was MSN browser, whatever. And now it's like all Hotmails, like I got like grandfathered in with that @MSN.
My email's so old it got grandfathered in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yahoo's always been my go-to, and it has night mode. Like,
yo, shit, it has night mode.
Look at this. This is Yahoo night mode. Like, you thought Twitter night mode was cool. Wait till you get on Yahoo night mode. It's crazy. The first email I ever made, I made it as a joke, but it's ghettoflyguy@yahoo.com. And like, I made it knowing it was gonna be a joke, but honestly, like, I don't really use it. It's just hooked up to all my, like, OG accounts and stuff, so it gets all, like, the shit notifications and stuff. Like, every Facebook, like, I think my Twitter's connected to it, and just a bunch of stuff are just connected to it, so it just gets all these, like, duty email notifications, and I never check it for anything. I just use it when I sign up for, like, dumb shit, because I never check it.
That was how my MSN account was, and then eventually I think I lost the password for it, and, like, I don't know, I haven't used that in years, so, like, I don't even know if it still exists. They might have just, like, been like, nah, get out of here. Yeah, you don't use this account.
Yeah.
And so now I just have accepted that I have 1,000 to 2,000 emails in my main Gmail account.
I've got so many. I never check them all. But yeah, just too many emails. It's crazy. Like, last week or, like, a couple weeks ago, I made, like, 3 emails in a week. Because I had to make the one for this one, and like the Thick Hot Boys Twitter and all that other stuff. So, yeah, we're just talking about emails. But yeah, didn't want to do the start with the pizza gimmick, but that's probably going to be our first gimmick. We're going to go through the Domino's like pre-made like pizza menu and just probably eat one every podcast until we eat them all, and we're gonna, I guess, like, rate them and...
Yeah.
What's the word?
Yeah.
Like, critique them?
Critique, yeah.
And also, I mean, we've already talked about which ones we are.
Yeah.
But I guess once we eat them all, we'll confirm, like, which one we are according to our personality and stuff like that.
I don't even have the fucking menu in front of me.
Is the menu in this room? Because I had it, like, last time. I could just look it up.
Yeah.
Because we already picked what ours are, but...
Yeah, like... You just gotta read through the Domino's menu and just pick your pizza.
We're just gonna go down the list. I thought that was a good idea. So that'll be on the next one. We'll start doing that.
Do you want to read off, like, what pizzas there are? And then, like,
I'll read
the
them
listeners...
I'll read them off so you'll have stuff to look forward to. And, like, I don't know, I guess if you want to let us know which one you are and why, you can, like, tweet at us.
Yeah, take your bets right now, and then listen to our critiques, and hopefully we don't rip you apart.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what's in them. I'll just read the names. So, there's 12 of these. So we got the Extravaganza, the Meatza, Philly Cheesesteak, Pacific Veggie, Honolulu Hawaiian, Deluxe, Cali Chicken Bacon Ranch, Buffalo Chicken, Ultimate Pepperoni, Memphis Barbecue Chicken, Wisconsin 6 Cheese, and Spinach and Feta. And those are the pizzas. So, off my first guess on what my personality is, I'm Cali Chicken Bacon Ranch. Like, that's just describes me. If I were a Domino's pizza, that's what I would be. You know. What'd you say you were?
I was Pacific Veggie.
Pacific Veggie. All right.
Yeah. I think that was the one that just like it felt right, you know, like
Yeah. So,
and I'm excited to try that one.
Yeah, honestly, like I'm excited to eat these for the gimmick, but I'm also excited to eat them just because I love pizza.
Oh yeah. Pizza's great.
I'm just like, it's the best.
Yeah, just I hate to bring it back to the pizza, but like, it just makes me feel sweaty thinking about it.
I'm pretty hyped to eat the pizza, just because it's so aggressive.
Yeah.
Just pizza. MEAT capital Z A.
Yeah.
Pizza. It's just right in your face. And that's number 2 on the list, so that'll be one of the first ones.
All right.
Oh no, I'm not trying to order this right now. I just wanted to read it. I guess not. But it just looks like it's chock full of meat. Can't wait.
So much meat.
Can't wait to dive in.
It's fucked up too because like I'm not going vegetarian or vegan right now. Maybe one day, but like I'm just trying to like not eat as much meat as like I used to. And I've been somewhat successful with that because for one, I just get a bunch of dumpster tofu sometimes, and then sometimes I actually buy tofu. And
dumpster tofu.
Yeah, it's just so versatile, and you can make anything with it.
Is that the name of your first album?
It's going to.
Dumpster tofu.
Yeah, keep a lookout for Dumpster Tofu coming out this April. Wait, no, fuck, April's past.
It's May already, dude. You're done. You know, this is like the first year, I think, that I didn't see the "It's Gonna Be May" meme.
I saw people like posting like, oh, where are all the "It's Gonna Be May" memes, and I didn't see any myself.
It was like May 1st, May 2nd, and I was like, you know what? Justin Timberlake didn't let me know that it was gonna be May, and all of a sudden it's May.
Yeah.
Crazy. I think it's the first year since that thing happened that I just haven't been notified that it's May.
Yeah, because usually it's like, I don't know, at least like
it's just so aggressive.
5 to 10 people.
Face.
Yeah.
But here we are. It's already May. I mean, who knows when you're hearing this? Because
right.
I got some finishing touches and all the setup for this. But you know, like, I got the main stuff done. I mean, we bought the mic. Can't do it. Can't not do it because we got the mic. So, or I could just scream into it and just make a scream noise album.
Yeah.
Acapella scream album. Just doing some yells. Topic change. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah. Eventually I kind of want to make like some intro music. Maybe I'll work like opening a can into the intro music.
Nice.
And then it'll start with me opening a tall boy because, like I said, I'm gonna have to be drinking all the time.
Yeah. No, this is not going to be a sober podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even like when we're not recording a podcast, just like we're in Rudy's apartment, and that's just what we do. I don't think I've ever been in this apartment and without a beer in my hand.
Yeah. No.
Can't not hang out here without a beer.
I feel the same, and I live here. Like, it's not like it's a bad apartment. It's a nice apartment.
It is a nice apartment.
It's just, you know.
There's one chair, and it's reserved for the bass guitar, the acoustic bass. Everyone else sits on the floor. Literally, like, we're sitting on the floor right now.
And the bass is sitting in the bass chair.
Yeah, it's a nice carpet. Like, I don't think I've ever sat in a chair here. It's just, we go straight to the floor. And if our friend Matt's here, he just kind of comes in and just lays face down and kind of takes a nap.
He works early in the morning, so I get it, but also, yeah. We both work nights right now.
We work overnights. We're recording this at night because it's kind of like technically midday for us.
Yeah.
I woke up at like 6 today, almost 6. 6 p.m. because, this week was tiring. It's Friday night, technically Friday midday, but we both work like Sunday to Thursday. We're on the same schedule, like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., just doing those overnights.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing this like for years. I'm only doing this temporarily. I'm pretty used to it at this point, but I don't know. This week was a tiring one. A lot of moving stuff around.
Yeah, see, like, my week wasn't even that bad with, like, work, because I took 2 days off this week.
Must be nice.
It was really nice. Especially because, the day before my 2-day break, I, was, like, I let, like, the last hour of my job, I was just pissed off at something and was, like, just gonna start throwing, like, boxes of...
Did you open too many boxes of bleach again? Or
No.
detergent, whatever?
No, it wasn't the bleach this time. My job just over-orders stuff, like... I don't want to get into the whole, system that we have, but yeah, we just get too much, like, of, like, one single item all the time. You just got
nowhere to put it?
And, well, that's the thing, is that, like, we have a top stock system for, like, overstock, basically.
And you're just
but, like, we got limited space.
Where do I put all this stuff?
Yeah, and so, like, it keeps happening where I just have, like, to put away this one item that we have, like, 40 boxes of. And I was ready to just fucking start throwing boxes of caulk, actually, the other day. Because the person who usually does paint, like, ended up leaving early. Or leaving on time, actually. I stayed late. Because I'm an asshole.
It happens.
Yeah, and so I'm like, just most of that hour, to be honest, like, it didn't take me that long to just put up a bunch of caulk. Most of that hour I was actually just staring at it, like, wondering if I should just leave myself.
Just looking at it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, gotta go.
Like, literally just, fuck this place. Should I just leave right now? And I was just like, I'm just gonna make it take as long as I can so that it's 6 a.m., the store is open, I can just leave without even, like, talking to anybody. And so, but yeah, I was going to start chucking the fucking caulk boxes off of the order picker.
Word. Yeah, I feel that. I'm so glad it's the weekend, because today was, like, exhausting. Usually I'm pretty good, and, like, I try to set an alarm, so I wake up at, like, 3, so I can actually get some shit done before I have to go into work. But today I was like, yeah, like, got the night off, I'm going to just sleep in, because my body hurts.
Yeah.
This week was just a lot of moving stuff around.
Yeah.
Physical exertion. It's crazy. But it's over now. All good.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, for some reason, I'm Employee of the Month. For April, I guess. Like, my supervisor told me that, like, yesterday. And, like, I didn't know if he was joking or not. So I was like, what? And he was like, nah, like, really, you're Employee of the Month. And I was like, oh. Like, why?
Right.
I was like, alright, I guess I'm doing a good job. And never been Employee of the Month before, so that's pretty cool. Throw that on a resume.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I've been at my job longer than we've had an Employee of the Month program. So, like, who knows? Maybe I would have got it a long time ago, but maybe not. I don't know. But here I am, Mr. Big Boy, Employee of the Month.
Nice,
so,
congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was Employee of the Month once, but, like, at the gas station I worked at, not to name check them. Name check. They,
Do you get, like, pictures and cool stuff?
No, they just give you, like, a ribbon. Like, they don't even really give you anything.
Really?
I got a promotion just because, like, I was on night crew there, too. And, like, there was, like, literally 3 other people. And, like, I think I had to get a promotion because somebody quit.
Word.
So,
Yeah, our night crew is, like, 3 to 5 people. But apparently I've been doing a really good job. So, like, we get, like, kind of store credit. So you get store credit for Employee of the Month. So I have that. And then I also got additional store credit just for doing a good job this week. So I guess now I gotta go shopping.
Yeah.
I gotta buy some shit with all this store money at the store I work at. We both work great jobs.
We work at stores.
Not really.
Yeah.
Like, like, I was thinking about this too. Like, I mean, me and Shane, our friend Shane, we run a skate clothing line, and it's just the 2 of us. So, like, hey, we can just do an Employee of the Month thing. Like, Shane and I can just switch months. Like, one month I'm Employee of the Month, the next month he's Employee of the Month. It's just the 2 of us, so that should be pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then, technically speaking, like, I run a studio in my garage.
Right.
And it's just me. It's just me. So I could be my own Employee of the Month every month.
I mean, if we set up a Patreon for this podcast, like, then technically we're going to be running a business and we can just trade off, like, which Employee of the Month.
Yeah.
Yeah, Employee of the podcast.
Or we can have a Patreon of the month.
Yeah.
You could be our Employee of the Month. Except instead of us paying you, You're paying us.
Yeah, give us your money, and if you give us the most money, then...
If you give us the most money...
you can be Patreon of the month.
Yeah. There it is. There's the beer opening sound I've been waiting for. Yeah, I guess eventually I'll set up a Patreon. We can give out some cool perks and stuff. I don't know, bonus episodes or just bonus anything really.
Yeah.
I do art, so I could just draw you some shit, give it your way. I've got the clothing line. I could give out free shirts and stuff.
I occasionally burn stuff into wood. I'm not an artist, so I'm really bad at it. But you can get some really bad wood burnt stuff, and you can request something, and I'll try my hardest, and it'll be terrible. But you can have it.
Yeah, we could give you like personalized mini podcasts, or just us like jamming on music or whatever. That's how we test it out. I literally didn't open the mic until like 30 minutes before recording this, so to test it out, we just kind of yelled out some music real quick, and we were like, all right, it's picked up some sound, we're good. So we don't have any of that set up yet, but if you think any of that shit's a good idea, just tweet or email us. Just tweet at us, DM us, just anything, please. Follow us.
Yeah, oh my god, please.
I mean, I haven't even like really promoted anything yet. As of recording this, maybe eventually I will.
Yeah.
But for now, I just wanted to get, do a nice record, not get too deep into the sauce. Didn't want to get lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Like,
the proof is in the pudding. Secret's in the sauce. Lost in the sauce. The meat's a sauce.
Yeah, like, I heard... Like, I saw a tweet the other day that was, like, your first anything is going to be kind of, like, weird and terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I'm so glad that we're just doing this because now we can just work out, like, what...
I never thought about making a podcast until, like, a month ago. And I guess I have to thank the overnight shift for that because I've been working overnights for, like, a month and a half now. And I would not be getting through this without listening to podcasts because, like...
True.
I mean, I could listen to music, but, like... I would get super bored of listening to, like, the same music on my iPhone for, like, months straight. And it would just be, like, ridiculous. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to listen to podcasts. And only really had one podcast I listened to. So I just re-listened to, like, every episode. That's, like, Matt and Jay's one. Just because, like, it's just hilarious. That's, like, what I base this podcast off of pretty much. Just what they do. Because I don't know if you've ever listened to it, but...
I haven't yet.
This is pretty much exactly what they do. It's just them talking to each other and asking for topics and just talking about random shit, little gimmicks here and there.
Nice.
And then I've just been listening to, like, a D&D podcast now. And I don't know, that just keeps me going at night. It's just, like, interesting. Because all you gotta do is use your ears and listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally want to play D&D and stuff, but, like, I was listening to, like, Matt's, and I was like, you know what? I could totally do this. I'm in my mid-20s. I either have to make a podcast or invent some, like, salsa or chili company, because that's what you do when you're, like, in your mid-20s, I guess.
That's what you used to do. Now it's all podcast.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I have to do this, or, I'm just not acting my own age. So I'm doing it. It's easy. All you gotta do is have a mic and just talk some words into it.
Yeah.
Just put it online, and hopefully someone listens to it. Or, either way, we're just kind of talking to the void right now.
Podcasts are the new salsa companies.
Mm-hmm.
Philly and Brooklyn are too expensive to move to, so we're just in our, like...
We're just in an attic.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, this is literally converted attic in, like, the home...
Maybe not the attic. This is the penthouse, if you think about it. This is the penthouse of this building. It's the third-story apartment in this 3-story building.
There's, like, 5 rooms, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what?
Square footage is, like,
Yeah, there's 5 rooms, yeah. It's totally a penthouse. Yeah. If that's what a penthouse means.
Totally a penthouse. Got this window. We're street side. This is a prime window to look out to see when the pizza truck comes, or the pizza car. When we order, like, Domino's, and it takes forever to come.
And the best part about it, too, is that, like, earlier today I went to go grab some beer, like, and it's, like, a city that has a reputation for being a dangerous city, but the community's really come together, and like, you know, we've had some decrease in crime lately. So it's a pretty safe city for the most part. But it's still a little bit like jarring when you hear like fireworks go off, because you're like, oh wow, that was a crack. Was that like, you know, what was that going on when you're walking down the street? And then you're like, oh, there was another one. Is that a gunshot? And then like you like see the fireworks, so like you hear like, oh no, it's like a screaming firework kind of, and you're just like, oh, cool.
Like, I don't technically live in the city, but I've never really had like a bad experience. And I've hung out here quite a bit. I think one of like, I wouldn't call it bad, but more like funny to see is one time when we were at your old Infoshop at the Moon, we walked to like the warehouse or like to like some bodega to pick up some stuff, and earlier like that day, like 2 women came to like where we were at because we were outside, and they were like talking to us, and they were really nice, talking to us about like what we were doing with the Infoshop, and they were like, yeah, it's all about community and you're doing great stuff, like props guys, like this is cool and whatever. And we were like, yeah, thanks for like all like the like, I don't know, just good vibes and stuff. And so like we walked to wherever we were going, probably like we only spent like 10 to 15 minutes out, and then we were coming back, those 2 same nice ladies were getting arrested.
Yo, yeah, that sucks so bad.
Like we just saw them, like the cop car was there, and like they just were in handcuffs like on the car, and we were like, but they were so nice, what did they do in the 10 minutes we talked to them to like get arrested?
That was so disappointing.
And not only that, when we like walked back to the shop, and there was just a fucking car like in a tree. Like, remember like that car was just like crashed into a tree. Wasn't there when we left.
No,
only
it
gone
was
for
not.
10 minutes. Car crashed into a tree. Like, all the doors were open, no one to be seen. And we were just like, was that there when we left? Nah, couldn't be. And just no one around, and like nobody did anything about it for a bit, and like eventually like cops and stuff came, but like we were just kind of sitting outside looking at it like, that's a fucked up car. All its doors open, it's just demolished in that tree. And it's not even like a road you can go like super fast on, because it's like it's like in like the middle of the city. So like, how did they go so fast into that tree and like demolish it?
Yeah.
So that's probably like the worst thing I've seen in this city, and it's not even that bad. More funny, but also it was like in the middle of the day, not even like a crazy nighttime people are drunk thing. It's just like it was just the middle of a nice summer day.
Yeah, it's like
that's why I couldn't really take it too seriously, because like we were just having such a good time. I was like, this is so surreal right now.
Yeah, like it's very surreal. Like, you know, the cop thing like sucks. Like, fuck the cops. Like, but like just everything in the city is like super surreal. Like,
like that felt like a sitcom moment or something.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just also because like we grew up like, you know, I grew up surrounded by like a bunch of cows and like a bunch of like random houses on a rural road.
I think we both separately lived very close to cow farms.
Yeah.
Like parallel main roads, a few miles apart, but we both lived pretty close to cow farms.
And so like, you know, I've been around this city for like super long, but never like lived in it. And so now that I'm living in this city, like, and like spending all my time in it, like it's just super surreal feeling for sure. Like a different feeling for sure.
I totally miss living on a main street, like when I lived above that pizzeria in college, because I could just, you know, open up the window and just yell at people walking down the street, and I would just scream like, hey, like, Hollywood Undead ain't nothing to fuck with. I would just do that on like Friday nights at people going to bars and parties and stuff, and it was just great. And I would like see people I know too, and they would just be like, hey, and I'd be like, hey, I live here. Buy me some pizza. It's right downstairs. And man, if the windows were open and I smelled the pizza fumes, I had to get a pizza.
True, yeah. I don't live close to a... Well, I mean, I live walking distance to a lot of things. And granted, my walking distance is like kind of far because I just walk 2 miles to work every day, or most days.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like...
Yeah,
I do live...
You walk a lot.
Yeah.
You've got like almost like 100 kilometers a week on the Pokemon Go app.
Yeah.
I only clock in like about 25K a week because I got a car. It's really, the only walking I really do is around my store, and it's such a big store. If it wasn't a big store, I'd probably have like no walking because I don't do that.
Yeah, it's wild that like no matter what I do in a week, like as long as I'm going to work every day, I can always count on being successful
Beer opening
with Pokemon Go. Like there's very few weeks that I've had a bad week with Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
At least in terms of walking. I think they nerfed me with eggs, to be honest. Like, I think maybe I was just hatching too many eggs, and they were like, you gotta calm down, like, because I don't get that many eggs anymore.
Like getting them from stops?
From stops, even gifts and stuff, like...
Word. Yeah, I don't really, like... I try not to open gifts unless my slots are full, because I don't really need any of the 7K Pokemons anymore. I just try to get, like, the other ones. So, yeah. If anyone listening plays Pokemon Go, you know what's up. We play.
Yeah, maybe add us on Pokemon Go, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not, like, as into it as I used to be, because, like, I've got so much shit. But I still do, like, my dailies and my weeklies.
Yeah.
That's about it. I do my steps. I hatch my eggs.
This was probably the first week that I missed a day. Like, of, like, catching and, like, Pokestop. Or, well, Pokestops are, like... There's a couple Pokestops on my walk to work, but, like, I have to, like, go a little bit out of my way.
Yeah.
So, like, sometimes I'll do them, sometimes I won't. But, like, catching, I always do. And then, like, today, I, like, totally realized that I missed yesterday's fucking catch.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck.
In terms of, like, time played, I don't play that much, but I still do my, like, dailies. Like, I always hit a stop every day, and I do my research tasks every day.
Oh, nice.
Catch Pokemon every day. And, you know, that's all I keep up with, and I've been doing that, like, since I got back into it. Because I played it so much when it first came out, then I stopped, and then I didn't play it again until, like, this past summer when my friend was, like, at my party, and he was like, yo, your house is a nest, dude. And I was like, oh, I forgot about this game. I gotta play again. Damn. Yeah, let's not get on a Pokemon rant here, because I don't know. Something I do want to talk about. What happened last weekend?
Fuck.
Remember that day night we hung out? What happened?
Wait, I don't remember what happened.
Remember when we were at the Switch Inn? What did we do at the Switch Inn?
Oh shit. I forgot about this actually.
So last week we were all hanging out. Our buddy's a musician, so he was playing like a solo gig at this bar.
And so he fucking tells everyone in the bar that it's my birthday, and...
Which is like a little inside joke between all of us. Like, he'll be on stage and be like, hey, like, these are my friends. It's their birthday. Or, like, shit like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm gonna go along with it. Like, somebody tells me it's my... Or, you know, somebody says that and, like, you know, is gonna get everyone to buy me shots. Like, you know.
So, like, he just jokingly was like, hey, it's Rudy's birthday. And then... Like, we were just kind of, like, sitting there. We just got there, so we weren't gonna... Like, I mean, like, I wouldn't say that we weren't comfortable at first, but we weren't, like, gonna be like, no, like, it's not... We didn't know anyone, and then...
Yeah.
So, like, we didn't think anything of it, and we just kind of went along with it. But then it turned into, like, everyone actually believing it was your birthday, which was kind of great.
Yeah, because it's one of those, like, small bars where everyone wants to, like, talk to you.
Yeah.
And, like... Yeah, everyone, like, came up to me, started, like, being like, oh, yeah, happy birthday, and then, like, I kept getting bought shots, and then the bartender made me a special shot. We didn't know what to drink, like, me and the person that bought me my shot, just a random person, and, so... Basically, the bartender just was like, do you like, this, and this, and it ended up being some sort of, like, cherry Bailey's-ish kind of shot.
There was, like, carrot stuff in there, too, right? Because I didn't take a shot, but I drank a little bit of it. But she said, like, carrot something, I think.
I was so fucking drunk at that point.
It wasn't, like, super thick, but it looked thick. It kind of looked like a smoothie shot or something. I don't know.
It definitely had a thicker consistency. Not in a gross way, but
I'll just say this is, like, the kind of bar that you don't want it to be a regular bar. It's like a dive in this weird downtown part of the city you don't really want to live in.
It's weird because that bar totally feels like a bar that you would be in the middle of nowhere, but it's like right outside of the downtown of like one of the cities around us, and like we have very small cities in our area, but like
it's funny too because like I was telling my supervisor about this, and he was like, yeah, like my like fiance is DJ'd there, and I've been there and stuff, and like I think he met the like guitarist of Marilyn Manson there or something, and like he just came up to him and was like, hey, how's it going, dude? Like, I'm the guitarist of Marilyn Manson. Just kind of like chilled, kind of talked to him that night. I don't remember like the vibe he got, but that's just like he was like, yeah, not a great place. And I would say, yeah, not a great place. All right, like nothing bad happened.
Right.
It's just like it's just not the bar you want to be, a regular bar.
No.
I mean, I had like a decent time that night because it's just us and like our buddy. We were just chilling, drinking, playing some pool, whatever. But it was just funny that everyone kind of believed it was your birthday.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like the main dude that was like kind of talking us up all night was like into astrology and everything.
Oh my god, yeah.
So like whatever like month this was, it's like Taurus season. So he was like, oh, like you're a Taurus, like cool, like strong people, like Taurus. And you were like,
I have to just go along with it this whole time, and like I'm a Gemini. I'm just kind of like a, you know, like my personality in general, and it gets kind of, I guess, fits into the Gemini thing, whether you believe in astrology or not, whatever. But yeah, it just kind of fits into the Gemini thing where we're kind of like very adaptable and like not very like strong-willed at all. So I'm just like,
yeah, like I don't know too much about astrology. I think we both don't know. We don't know too much, but like especially about like Taurus in general. So like he was like saying all this stuff, and you were like, yeah. And then we went to Twitter, and we were like followers help, like how. Like, what is a Taurus like? We need to know because we're faking our friend's birthday. And
how do you Taurus?
We actually got some, like, good responses.
Yeah.
Some homies helped us out and let us know what was good. And I just thought that was just a fun gimmick that night.
Shout out to those homies. I don't want to name check them, but yeah.
Shout out to the homies. But yeah, that was a fun night. Bought a cactus and a bonsai tree at Walmart. You know, keeping my, like, mini garden going in my room.
Nice. Yeah, you know, like my succulent that's behind you, it was like doing really well, and now it's kind of not doing that well, but it was doing really well for a little while there.
It's
and like
it's alive at least.
Yeah, and like it was after you poured Corona into it.
I did that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I think the first time that you were here, you poured Corona into the... Not like a lot or anything. It was just like...
I'm like, yeah, take a little drink.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, no, doing really well for having
one of my
Corona.
succulents recently passed away.
Oh, no. R.I.P.
And that's why I bought, like, a new one last week. And after it died, I may or may not have been a little tipsy and peed in it a little bit to try to give it some rejuvenation energy.
Did it revive it?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I just wanted to check.
I just have all my plants, and then there's just like one that's just has dirt in it because there's no plant because it's dead.
R.I.P.
And I was just like, literally R.I.P. because I thought, I was like, you know what, maybe this will help it. Kind of like, you know, like you get stung by a jellyfish and you gotta get peed on.
Right.
I don't think that's actually like a real thing, but...
And it definitely sort of doesn't work exactly in this situation, but I like it anyway. But yeah. Yeah. Makes me think about like all the plants I've peed on in nature and everything and how they're doing, but I guess, yeah.
Oh man.
I hope they're okay.
We're talking about
they're
pee.
Probably fine, yeah.
I gotta pee.
Here,
just keep the conversation going for
Alright.
like the 15 seconds I gotta pee.
We could also just go to an ad break. Ad break.
Say words.
May 11th, Skater DIY at the Newburgh Skate Park. Come down for bands like 1600 Pound Pig, DJ Haze the Dawn, Moon Unit, other bands, artists like, I can't remember, but there will be artists there. Senseless Skate Supply will be there. Newburgh LGBTQ Center. Yeah, May 11th, Skater DIY. There will be skating and bands and fun. Come through if you're in the Hudson Valley, I guess. Or make a trip out. I don't know. The Hudson Valley's the nicest time of year.
I don't know if I'll cut that out or not, but
this podcast might not even be out by then.
Most likely will not be out before the Skater DIY Fest, but
if you're hearing this after May 11th,
if you're hearing this after
it was a fun time.
Fest, I'm hoping that it was a good time.
Yeah, let's just say it was a great time.
I mean, we can kind of talk about like what we do.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
We're like, I don't know, we're involved in the community, I guess you could say, the art community, DIY community. Yeah. I mean, I do art. I kind of run a studio out of my garage. Follow my Instagram at Kazookle, KAZOOKLE, not to be confused with Kazooie, which is how some people pronounce it when I'm playing like video games online. They're like, "Yo, Kazooie."
Kazooie.
It's Kazookle. I do art and stuff, and then I've got a clothing line. I think on most things it's at Senseless Skate Supply, or Skate Senseless, or Senseless Skate. You know, one of those.
Just type those in.
We're on Instagram, Twitter, or you could, like, the site is most definitely skatesenseless.com or senselessskatesupply.com, because we got both those domains. Yeah.
Nice. You got two domains?
Yeah. We got
Does
Skate
it just
Senseless.
link to the same, like,
yeah, it links to the same site. We got Skate Senseless later. It's a little more condensed, easier, but yeah, I mean, I can like just, that's like the most important one. Let me just check the Instagram real quick, because that's where we also post stuff. Yeah, the Instagram is just Senseless Skate Supply, but yeah, me and my buddy, we run that. Maybe he'll be on the podcast show eventually, but yeah, do art. So we got this like fest. I mean, at the recording of this podcast, it's coming up next week.
Yeah.
At the release of this podcast, it's probably going to have happened already.
That's real, too.
That's real. But, no, it's cool. We're going to have, like, a little booth there and stuff. And, like, I like to stay kind of active in this community, help out with all the art and, you know, skate, whatever stuff. I used to be... I mean, I'd never had an official title at the Moon Infoshop, but I like to think that I was a good art advisor. I had a shitload of paintings up in the space and kind of like helped out with setting up art stuff and whatever.
Yeah,
and you can talk about what you do.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite flyers was the Moonapalooza one that you did.
That was a great one. I got like a print of that on my wall. That was a fun one.
Oh yeah. And it got like retweeted by like a bunch of like random like things that we just like sent it out to, so that was cool.
That's
too.
Dope.
Like
making flyers is dope.
Yeah.
Like, I do art. Graphic design is good. You know, knowing Photoshop is a good skill, so I like to make shit like that.
But I do activist stuff. Some of that is like environmental, some of that's like social stuff.
Community
but,
stuff.
Yeah, community stuff, really. And so one of the ways that manifested was with the Moon Infoshop. And we ran a space for about 10 months. We did cool events, a lot of punk shows, a lot of like events that were like, hey, learn this cool skill or something.
Yeah, it was a fun spot.
Even just like movie nights, like sometimes like political and stuff, and like sometimes just like let's watch Mean Girls or something.
Yeah, no, I always had fun hanging out there.
Yeah.
I think it was the Moonapalooza or like another event that I was there for, but like I kind of just randomly became an impromptu like bartender.
Yeah.
Because like I just happened to be like behind like the kitchen bar counter, And, like, just homies kept on coming up, like, oh, like, you got beer? Like, whatever. And because, like, we were, like, selling beer or whatever, like, giving out beer for donations. I was like, yeah, we got beer. Like, I was like $1, $2.
Yeah.
And I just kind of became, like, a bartender for a while.
Beer tender.
Bartender.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But, it was always a good time.
Yeah.
Until I got shut down by the man.
Yeah, you know.
Or just shitty landlords.
I mean, you know, it's part shitty landlord, part, like, landlords in general, like, rent. But there was just a lack of communication, you know. But even since then, I mean, you know, now I kind of just call it the Moon Collective because we don't have an info shop. It's still the Moon
Info Shop. There's no actual shop. It's more of like not even online. Not a real shop. Just like a, you know. It's an idea. It's a concept.
Yeah, and like we do events.
It's still run through the hearts of the people that make it alive today.
Yeah, I mean, all the people who run it, we're all like activists and stuff. So, and like we're always like about like doing stuff for the community and like doing like stuff that we like want to see in the community, like DIY ethic, yo. Mm-hmm. So like whether we have a space or not, we're just going to do punk shows at the bar. We're gonna do different events here. We do like Food Not Bombs, which is like a food sharing thing. Like we just make some food and give it out to anybody who wants some food, and you know.
And we hope to eventually get a space again.
Yeah.
And like even if you don't live in the area, just like follow the Moon Info Shop on like Twitter and Instagram, because even if you don't live around, there's still like cool shit we post and talk about. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, our Instagram is mostly like actual advertising for stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Our Facebook is also that, talking about events and issues in the area. The Twitter also talks about events, but is mostly me shit posting. So there's also a lot of that. So definitely if like you just want to see my weird shit posts that are somewhat related to
or just follow Thick Hot Boys for some real shit posting.
Yeah, that's some real shit posting right there.
Like I feel like most of the tweets lately have just been about like shit and like cummies. But
yeah,
we don't need to talk about the Thick Hot Boys. If you want to, do some Twitter investigation, and you'll probably find the Thick Hot Boys Twitter.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been going pretty strong. All right, I do have a topic I want to talk about.
Ooh, okay.
All right, I've been thinking. I mean, maybe like just last night, but for a bit, I've been like thinking about space.
Okay.
Like outer space. And how it's not fucking real.
See, I've just always taken it for granted that it was real, and only in the last couple years, and really just today, like when you made that tweet about space not being real.
Yeah, that was like me like falling asleep like, in bed, and I was like, you know what, space isn't fucking real. I gotta tweet this. That
was the first time I was ever like really actually critically like trying to think like, maybe space isn't real. I mean, I totally believe that space is real, but you know, I'm a big fan of.
I've been kind of joking about the like flat Earth theory for like years now, but like there are parts of it that make a lot of sense, and like just space not being real. Also, if you think about it, doesn't make sense. Like I totally get how it could make sense, and like I understand space theory and planets, and like I'm very knowledgeable about all that shit, but at the same time. I do like to be devil's advocate in like many conversations, and I could just argue the opposite point for that. And here's my main thing. So like, you and me, we've never been to like Paris,
right?
But like we know it exists just because so many people like live there, quote unquote live there, and post about it, like pictures.
I met somebody who lived there.
Yeah, like there's pictures. People just kind of in general know, like, France is a place in this world.
Okay,
Paris is a place. You know, there's pictures. People live there. Blah blah blah. You can like look up all the info, and like, I don't know, and then, but space. How many people have been to space? You say like. Since supposedly people have been going to space, shooting satellites into the sky, all the space programs. I don't know, like you could argue 1,000 to 10,000, even more, have like been to space. And that's a stretch. But like in terms of how many people are on Earth, like 6 to 7 billion people, if only like 10,000 of those people are saying like, yeah, I've been to space, it's real out there, man. Like that's a tiny, teeny fraction.
There could definitely, like, that's a small enough
they
number
could just-
that there could be a conspiracy,
Yeah,
for sure.
it could be a big conspiracy.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not...
Especially over, like, you know, the 50 or 60 years that we've been going to space.
And, like, I'm not saying this is, like, my, like, thoughts 100%.
Right,
I'm just saying, like, it could be true. There's, like, the big conspiracy on, like, moon landing ain't real. Like, that shit's faked. And, like, you know, like, you could argue, yeah, this shit looks fake, like, camera quality, and whenever they went there, like, the 60s, whatever, it's bullshit.
I could definitely believe, as far as, like, they definitely fake the footage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if, like, I don't know, like, there's so many, like, I've also had the information bias of, like, looking at the skeptics of, like, space ain't real theory.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
like,
to an extent,
yeah.
I don't know. But like,
I haven't really looked into, like, space ain't real theory, just, like, the people debunking it, so, to be fair, there's
I don't
that,
know.
but, yeah.
Personally, I kind of believe in, like, you have to see it to believe it mentality. So, like, I like the idea of, like, aliens and ghosts and stuff, but I don't necessarily believe in them just because I've never seen or experienced it. I'm not saying that if there's a universe, we're not the only intelligent life form.
Right.
But I've never seen it, so I can't believe it until I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I don't believe in, like, Paris, but I've just never been there. There's enough evidence that, like, Paris exists.
Okay, so I've heard people take the same argument with dinosaurs. What do you think about dinosaurs?
I mean, yeah.
Are they real?
Like,
because you've never seen a dinosaur.
That's like the same thing. I mean, I've never really, been to a museum to see, like, fossils and like
bones can be faked.
Stuff. Yeah, bones can be fake. So if I'm going with my own theory on, like, see it to believe it, I guess I have to say that I'm skeptical of dinosaurs. I mean, it's just like, like, sure, like, most people agree that it's real and stuff.
Sure.
But who knows, man? Like, I'm just kind of just playing this, like, card, like, I just like to see, like, both ends of things.
For sure.
Could be right, could be wrong. I mean, when it comes down to it, I don't have enough time to care. Like, if things
You're not going to take the time to go to space or go back in time to see the dinosaurs?
Nah, I got shit to do, like, next week.
Yeah. Fuck. I got, like, shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not, like, gonna defend any theory with my life. I'm just saying that, like, either way, if a theory of mine is approved or disproved, I still got shit to do. Like, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not gonna affect me either way. Whether, like, the Big Bang Theory is real or the Adam and Eve theory is real, like, it doesn't affect me going or not going to work or just what I do in a day. So it really doesn't matter. I just like to just debate and argue about this shit. Because, like, fuck it. I don't care.
That's real. I mean, I'm a big fan of, like, just, like, entertaining ideas and, like, like, a similar thing where, like, I won't take anything on, or, like, take certain things on that I don't actually believe, like, but, like, I like to kind of explore different things, but, I mean, for the listeners at home, or at work, or wherever you are, I guess, I do believe in space and dinosaurs, for the most part, I mean, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but, that's my stance.
Whether or not I believe or don't believe in any of these theories, I know, like, all about them.
And,
like, I have a good education on all this shit, and I know everything, so.
Well, the interesting thing, like, with Flat Earth is that, like, one of the better, like, critiques I saw of it was, like, the person was like, I don't believe that these people are actually, like, stupid. I just think that they're, like, almost, like, one of those, like, smart people that just, like, got all this weird information and was like, this is what my life is going to be now, where I just advocate for this.
If you make a good enough argument, Flat Earth is, like, reasonable. I think my favorite Flat Earth theory is, like, the Antarctica theory, where, like, the Earth is kind of just, like, a circle, like a flat circle, and Antarctica is, like, the outer, like, rim of it all, and it's just kind of like Earth mainly flat, and then kind of when it gets to Antarctica on the edges, it's, like, mountainous, and, like, really tall and whatever, and the reason that, like, not only just because it's really cold, but the reason that, like, nobody, like, I don't know if people are allowed to live or not, but I think it's kind of restricted, like, nobody lives on Antarctica, and I feel like that's just because it's, like, the edge of the world, and just collectively, like, there's some organization that's like, people don't want people to know. And I think it's, like, just wacky that, like, Antarctica's a place that kind of, like, every government agrees and doesn't agree on, like, its territoriality. Like, people, like, so many governments and countries are so, like, hell-bent on just controlling territories and governments that nobody really, like, owns Antarctica and lives there. But, like, all different governments kind of have, like, their experiment missions and stuff on it. And there's really no, like fight about that. So, that's kind of fucky when you think about it. Like, what's up with Antarctica?
Yeah, so, I mean, I've done a lot of research into Antarctica because I decided that I was gonna go work there because you can just actually, like, just go work there, like, as a support staff, like, because they have, like, bases and stuff. Like, there's no permanent settlements there, but like, scientists and stuff do research there. Like, it's good for astronomers because there's not a lot of light pollution. There's, like, you know, not a lot. I think something with the poles and stuff. You know, if you believe in the round Earth,
magnets.
Yeah, like, it's easier to go see into space if you also believe in space.
Yeah.
But then, like, also Antarctica is just a weird place because it's been frozen over with glaciers for so long, and, like, but there's, like, land under there, you know. So, like, you know, scientists are there, but, like, you can just be, like, a support staff where you're just like, hey, I'm gonna, like, cook or, like, make sure that the cooks have something to do, or, like, you know, there's, like, a coffee shop in, like, the bases and stuff, so you can just work one of those jobs. And so I kind of want to do that. One, just because, like, it's cold here in the winter anyway.
Yeah.
And, like, it's summer down there technically, so it's about, and, like, it's still pretty fucking cold.
Yes.
It's still pretty fucking cold. But it's about, like, it's just a little bit colder. It's like what the, like, coldest days here are down there.
Yeah.
And I think some days it's even better. But
Did you ever see The Thing?
No.
Oh man, that's like a movie. I think it's Kurt Russell. Like, it's from, like, the 80s or whatever. John Carpenter film. They, like, I think it's Antarctica. It might be, like, the Arctic, but, like, either way, they go to, like, some cold ass mission thing, doing some shit, and they, like, discover some crazy, like, monster thing, and it just turns like a horror shit where, like, just kind of, like, kills everyone and stuff. Yeah. Really dope. And there's a remake that's also really good. Like, maybe we should watch that, and you can rethink your Antarctica theories. Who knows? Maybe we'll watch that when this is over. But yeah, that's a good thing. But
that was one of the other reasons I wanted to go to Antarctica is
there
because
could be some fucky shit there.
Yeah, no, and, like, I've always loved cryptozoology from, like, when I was a kid. Like, just, like, you know, the Bigfoot shit, like, was one of my jams when I was younger. Yeah. Like, and so, like, part of me, like, just wants to, like, go down there and, like, have, like, a little cryptozoology journal that, like, you can't really, there's no internet, there's limited internet down there, so, like, I couldn't record stuff while I'm down there.
Yeah.
But I want to, like, take some notes and be like, come back and be like,
this is the Antarctica podcast.
Yeah.
Coming to you live from the glacier.
Basically, and so, yeah, just be like, all right.
I, like, just rewatched, like, The Day After Tomorrow, which is, like, the whole global warming, like, movie and shit. And honestly, like, that movie came out, like, 15 years ago now, and it's just seeming more real and real, because, like, crazy weather shit's happening. Like, it's May, and it's, like, pretty fucking cold.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, all, like, these weather anomalies. And the thing about that movie is, like, all the Antarctica and Arctic glaciers, like, are melting, and that makes the balance of, like, salt water to fresh water in the ocean, like, wacky, and that changes all the weather stuff, and that's, like, the main thing of that movie. Like, I just watched that, and I was like, damn, like, this shit's happening. Like, Dennis Quaid knows what's up. So, I don't know. But when it comes down to it, like, space, like, yeah, I understand it may or not be real because I've never been there. Who knows? This just could be, like, a flat Earth scenario or a Truman Show scenario. I don't know. Either way, I don't have time to worry about it.
Word.
I got my own shit to deal with.
I mean, at least, like, in 6 months, if I end up, or 7 months, whenever I go to Antarctica, if I go to Antarctica, I'm going to take some notes, and then I'm going to come back and, like, you know, at least put in my thoughts on whether Antarctica is a really, you know, what they say it is. Yeah. You know, those will be my thoughts. Maybe they'll put on a good show, and I'll be convinced. and it'll be fake still. But, you know, I'll have my thoughts.
Yeah. Or who knows, you could just, like, work for NASA, like, or just, like, get on a school bus with Miss Frizzle and go to Pluto, and then get, like, pissed that your, like, sister is stealing moon rocks and shit, and you could just, like, out of spite, just take off your mask and fucking die.
I mean...
Literally?
Yeah,
like,
I would fucking die
someday. Did you ever
someday.
see that show?
Yeah.
It's like that episode, like, whatever his, like, ginger-ass name is, Arnold or whatever, like, he's, like, they get to Pluto, and he's just pissed. He's like, oh, my fucking, like, cousin or sister just keeps stealing these fucking rocks, and just fucking, and then he's like, you know what? Fuck this, and he just takes off his mask on Pluto, and, like, he just turned into an ice cube. And, like, the only consequence, like, he gets, like, they, like, the next scene is they're, like, on the bus going back, and it's whatever, like, the epilogue, like, redemption, I don't even know, like, what, the end of, like, the episode. He just has a cold.
Oh.
I'm just like, dude, like, if you took off your mask on Pluto for real, you're fucking dead.
That's not even how you get a cold.
Yeah, like
unless there was some strange Pluto virus.
You're like George Clooney just flying into, like, space dead.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, he literally turned into an ice cube, but I just always thought, like, that was hilarious. I was like, Arnold's fucking dead. Like, he took his mask off on Pluto. Fuck that kid. It's always the gingers. Sorry if you're a ginger, but that kid was a little shit.
Yeah, there's some weird... There's some weird cultural phenomenon where, like, redheads are always shit on, like, in social... Or not social media, in
Again,
regular media.
Sorry if you're a redhead / ginger.
I mean, it's really the
I mean
culture.
no harm, but, like, that kid from the magic school bus is a little shit. Should have been more chill, like Carlos or whatever his name was.
You know, it's really just the culture, though, too, because, like, think of, like, all the redheaded, like, people in media, like, who's that fucking... That girl from, Shameless? The one who's, like, super gingery.
Debbie?
Or, like, yeah, Debbie.
Worst character. Like,
right, everybody hates her because she sucks. And she's the most, like, freckly, redheaded one.
Yeah. I hate her and Fiona, but I probably hate her worse because she's worse.
Yeah?
Mad annoying. I haven't watched that show in a while.
And then, like, there's a ton of other things where, like, either, like, you know, the Chucky from Rugrats is, like, the cowardly one.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that's, like, kind
Chucky,
of shitty.
the doll that kills people, is a redhead.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wait, was Chucky from the Rugrats even redheaded?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I forgot.
Yeah.
I haven't actually, like, watched that or, like, seen anything from it in a while.
And I mean, like,
any memes.
We can shit on redheads and talk about space.
I mean, I'm not here to shit on redheads.
All day. I mean, maybe we'll have a whole, like, space theory episode, because I can just talk about space theory and why I believe or don't believe in it.
Yeah.
You know, like, all the theories and, like, crazy shit and whatever. But I think we're like over an hour now.
Oh shit.
And I feel like that's good. This has been a pretty fluid conversation for over an hour. I'm glad we made it this far without me just crying, leaving, and being like, oh, I can't stand to hear my own voice talking to the void. Maybe if I listen to this, I'll hate it and just delete everything. But, you know, maybe you started off a little weird because the first one.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You know, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and
this
then,
will
like,
probably get easier.
I think as we drank more, like, it got easier to do.
It's definitely gonna be easier when I drink more. Maybe I'll find my, like, radio podcast voice. Maybe it'll be easier to talk into the void. But I think this was a good one. I hope we didn't make too many mouth noises. Maybe you've just been, like, hearing us, like, play with bottle caps this whole time because I don't know what to do with my hands.
I hope, like, y'all didn't make or feel bad about us making fun of redheads.
Yeah, but I think it's been pretty good. Any thoughts, questions, comments, stories, topics, anything, again, you can follow / email us. The email is bloodbathpodcast@yahoo.com, and the Twitter is, let me get this right again, @thebloodbathpod, because this is Bloodbath and Beyond, the podcast. So just hit us up, follow us, DM us, anything. Like, I'll check that shit, because what else am I going to do? So
that's real.
We're not famous. But yeah, anything you want to say before I turn this off?
Go check out At the Moon Infoshop if you care about I don't know, DIY stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really just mostly going to be Hudson Valley focused, to be honest, and like shit posting.
Word.
So
yeah.
I mean,
Bloodbath and Beyond, Moon Infoshop, Kazoogle, Senseless Gate Supply. Until next time, whoever knows when that is or when this even goes up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the stop button now. Oh no, I deleted it.